Hey, good evening. It's Friday night, and you know what that means. It's time for Around the Table. And I am your host, Vision Coach Alicia. And as always, I am excited to come and sit with you around the table on Friday nights. Listen, Friday night is a night that everybody get ready to go do what they need to do. But I love coming here and inviting you to come and sit with me. And tonight is no different. Listen, come on in, share, get someone else to come on with you. And guess what? Grab yourself something. Today, I just decided to have me a bottle of water. No tea tonight, but you can get whatever it is that you would like to have while you sit with me for a few minutes tonight, probably about 30-40 minutes tonight as I talk to my special guest tonight. You know that every Friday night there's always something interesting to talk about, and I'm always excited. Tonight is no different. So go ahead, invite someone, share this out. We are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, and we're on my business page, Boss Business Coaching. So there is a way for someone to join us. Listen, I am going to bring up tonight an entrepreneur. And what is really very special about this entrepreneur is she's a young entrepreneur. And what we have to understand that it's time to support the youth when they get started. We should be right behind them, support them, let them know that we are here for them. And so tonight, listen, let me bring up on stage with me my guest tonight. Hi, Kai. How are you?
Hi, Alicia. I'm good. Yourself?
Thank you for saying yes and coming on the show tonight. So excited that you're here.
I'm excited too.
Yes. Listen, I love to see young people being busy, doing things that are positive, and really finding out what exactly it is they want to do. So when I met you over a month ago, I think it's been a little bit of over a month or so, I met you at an event where you were vending. I was just really intrigued. Not only intrigued, what you were selling was good. Listen, that coconut tart that I had and that chocolate pie, everything was delicious. And I said, I have to bring you on my show. So listen, again, this is Around the Table, and this is a place where I bring authors, coaches, those that are really at a point where they need some help with supporting their business, and you can see what they're doing in business. So let me just and show you my screen. It's a place for authors, coaches, speakers, women entrepreneurs, small business owners. So if you're one of those and you feel that you may want to come on our show one night, we're here every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. and you are welcome. Welcome. Just inbox me. Let me know that you would like to come on Around the Table. Around the Table have been around for quite a while, at least maybe about 6 years. It's something that I started as a ministry out of my church in California, and I've kept it going. There have been times when I felt like, okay, why am I doing this? But I know why I'm doing this, because I get the opportunity to bring people on like Kai. So, Kai, let's get into this. Let's get into this. Let's start talking. Tell us a little bit about who you are.
um, well, my name is Kaida. I'm the owner of KCbakery Bakery Cafe. I just attended the Culinary Institute of America. Right now, I'm back home here in the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, and working on my business, trying to get it started, get it up, get it running.
Yes. And I am so excited that I met you here in St. Thomas, because it is important for us to build our communities. And when I see you doing what you were doing, I was just so, and I just learned something about you tonight, that you are a twin. You are a
Yes,
twin. You have a
I
twin,
am.
and his name, yes, his name is Kai.
Yes, his name is Kai. Amazing.
Yeah. Is he in St. Thomas also?
Yes, he's here with me home, and he also chips in my business that way he can help.
Awesome. So a family business. So let me start with this. On my cue cards I have here to ask you a few questions. When did you discover that you really like baking?
Oh, I was probably like a little girl, maybe around 7, 8, 9 years old. I started out in the kitchen with baking with my mom and my grandma, and then it just became like an emotional thing for me, and then it became my passion over time.
That's a good word, your passion, because if something is your passion, you're going to pursue it and you're going to put your best into it. And I'm telling you, your display was absolutely awesome. And then when I bit into that first piece of tart, it was, as a matter of fact, I bought a couple for one of my girlfriends, not knowing that she did not like, I think it was coconut or something. I froze it. I have it in the refrigerator because I said I'm saving it for Thanksgiving. So I have it frozen in there. So listen, and this is a other great thing. Listen, those of you that are watching, she's here in the Virgin Islands. And in the Virgin Islands, one of the big things that we do for the holidays and around the Christmas season is that they bake what we call tarts. And that was a tart. It was a coconut tart. We do pineapple tart. We do guava tart. There's all type of tarts that we do. And so tonight, I'm so excited because not only am I talking and helping her to promote her business, but I have personally had the opportunity to try it. And so KCbakery Island Girl, tell me a little bit about attending the Culinary Institute of America. Where is that, and when did you attend?
I attended, started in September of 2020. Um, the institute, it's amazing there. It's a beautiful place. The buildings are beautiful. The chefs are amazing, and the students are great. I made like the best of friends there, and I'm still in contact with them. We still keep in touch. They give me a wide variety of pastries that is not known back home, because back home we stick to our locals, we stick
Yes,
to what we know. And when I went to school, there was like desserts that I've never heard of, there was techniques I had to learn. It was a challenge, but it was amazing, after you done learn it and you do it, it was great.
tell me one pastry that you learned there that you weren't familiar with.
Angel food cake.
Angel food cake.
I was
Wow.
happy with that.
You weren't familiar with that, and you learned how to make it at the institute. And which city or state was the Culinary Institute?
New York. Is New York up in upstate Hyde Park.
Okay. New York, the Big Apple. New York is a great and exciting place to go to learn and become who you are. I had the opportunity right out of high school. I lived in New York for a little over 7 years, and so I know New York is a city that will push you, and New York is actually the place where I really found my favorite dessert in the whole wide world. I was a part of a group, and we were acting as a team. One team cooked dessert, one team cooked the main course, team cooked whatever it was. And I was a part of the team that cooked the dessert. What is the name? I'm testing you now. What is the name? What is the name of the dessert that they burn it
Creme
as
brulee.
you
Hey,
are so smart.
I got
You
you.
went with creme brulee. My favorite dessert in the whole wide world is creme brulee. That's what I like. And so I'm glad that you. So let's talk a little bit about this. In starting your business, you had to give it a name, and you came up with KC Bakery. Where did that come from? What is KC?
Kay's Cakery Bakery Cafe. It's Kaiser's Cakery Bakery Cafe. It The process of me picking my name was very long. I think it took me maybe a good year before I finally finalized on it. And one of my best friends, one of my godmothers, who I trust and I advise in very much, she was back and forth with me and giving me ideas. She was pitching this, pitching that, and I pitched it to a couple of my friends. And then over time, at first I was not like with it because it was like so much words and I don't know if they'll catch it. And then one day when I was traveling with one of my friends, I saw the initials that I had for it, and that kind of confirmed to me that that's what I wanted.
Wow. Wow. Because it's really important how we what we name our businesses. People need to understand how important that is. How to name your businesses, because you're not going to name your business something that it does not represent what it is. Like you're not going to name a shoe store the name that may very well be a clothing store name,
Mm.
so it takes a lot for me. Listen, the name of my company is business boss business coaching. And one day I was like, what am I going to name this business, when I started it back during the pandemic? And I heard the Holy Spirit said to me, I'm the boss, not you. So it's going to be called Boss Business Coaching because I am boss, not you. And that's how I came up with the name for my business. And so it's very, very important that you name your business something that is going to represent what it is you're going to do. So, KC Bakery and Island Girl Kai from St. Thomas Virgin Islands. And I am just so proud of you. Now, how long have you actually been operating your business?
um I've started last year summer. I started my business. I started doing sales and it was flowing. It was great. I had a lot of people who give me a lot of perspective on how I presented it, the flavor, keeping consistency. And then I will be back and forth traveling throughout the holidays between school and coming back home. And then every time I came back home, I did a sale, or if anybody see me here, they'll be like, hey, I need a cake, I need pastries, I need this. And that just kind of started me up. And now I'm home doing it.
Wow, that is so interesting and awesome. What is your favorite cake to bake?
Carrot cake.
What kind?
Carrot? Carrot cake.
Carrot. Can't we were doing well until you said that. We were doing well because carrot cake is not one of my favorite cakes, but I know so many people that love carrot cakes. It is not one of my favorite cakes. I like plain cake.
Simple plain cake.
Simple plain cake.
Oh my God.
I'm not. I'm not a red velvet. I'm not one with icing on it. I like plain cake. That's my favorite. So now you know what you could bake for me.
I got you. I got you.
Yes, yes. Listen, are you are listening to Around the Table tonight. This is Vision Coach Alicia, and my guest tonight is Kai, and we're talking about her startup business, which she's been doing a little bit over a year, and we're encouraging her. I met her very recently as she was a vendor at an event that I attended, and I found her pastries absolutely delicious, and I wanted to bring her on so she could talk about it, get a little bit more exposure, and let you all know that if you want to talk to her, that you can. She's on Instagram, so you can call her and talk to her on Instagram. She can take your orders for you, whether you're here or in the States. She can ship it to you. I'm making it known. She can supply your needs. So those of you who may never have tried or have had a Caribbean tart, T-A-R-T, it comes in coconut, guava, pineapple, guava berry. We make them in all types and forms. So you can contact her on Instagram. Go check her page out on Instagram. She has some really great looking stuff on her page. So go and check out what you can have from Kai. So Kai, let's go to this place right here. I'm going to ask you, what does it take on a daily basis for you to really stay focused and motivated to continue to build your business? When I met you, your support system that night was your mom. You just mentioned to me that your twin brother also pitches in and helps you. And I know sometimes when we don't have help and we don't have encouragement, it can get tough. But what keeps you going to continue to build this business?
Um, what can me actually God is what keeps me going.
Mm,
From small, I always had a dream, and my goal was to like break the generation curses in my family,
uh-huh.
to bring them to a new position in life that we never experienced and that we never had. And that's my drive. That's what keeps me going. That's what pushes me, which motivates me. It just it helps me to stay within the purpose that God has for me. And it is a rocky road, because some days you cry, some days you laugh, some days you just blah. But
Yes.
it's an experience, and I wouldn't change anything about it.
Amen. Well, the thing of it is, your mindset is in the right place, because with God, you can do all things, who gives you the strength to do it. And once you put Him first and let Him be the roadmap to what you're doing, success is ahead. Listen, you're young, you're a baby. You know, you have a long way to catch up with me. I've been doing this a long time, but there's so many things now that you could do differently to move your business forward and to help you not be so stressed out. And as I said, the one thing that I love is that you have a support system. Now, this is my question: how do you determine the price of your goods?
Food costs, food costs, overhead costs, labor
Ah,
costs. That's
business
how.
lady, there you go. That it was the answer I wanted, because do you know there's some people, they just price things. They don't look at the ingredients, the food, what they're putting in it. They just figure I could sell it at this price. But they're not looking to see if they are really pricing it based on how they're building it. So listen, at 22 years old, you are going to listen, you're going to be around for a long time, because you've started this thing out right. You're doing it right. So keep going. Food costs. This is the things that you have to look at.
Thank you, thank
And
you.
and put your money back into your business. Are you good at that? Are you good at putting your money back into the business?
Yes.
Yeah, because you know sometimes people start a business And the worst thing is the accounting procedure. They don't have that in place. And I come from an industry. I was in the beauty industry for over 22 years. And that was one of the things with the beauticians. They went to the mall every night after they were finished working. I mean, but they've come a long way. They don't do that anymore as frequently. They've become very responsible. But so many people in business do not put the money back into their business to make it work. So many people in business don't even pay themselves in business. And you may not have gotten to that place yet, but at least your mindset and your thought pattern is going into the right direction. So give me an idea of a product that you sell and the cost of that product.
Um, is it okay if I pull it up? I could pull it up.
Of course. And once again, I'm speaking with Kai tonight. She is KCbakery. She's located in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. She does ship. You can go and visit her on Instagram. It is KCbakery 21 on Instagram, and you can see some of the things she's doing. If you would like a unique pastry for one of your relatives or to take to someone for Christmas, I would tell you go and order something from her. She can ship it to wherever you are, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to be local in the Virgin Islands to experience her product. Go ahead, Kai. Tell us a little bit about your pricing.
So I'm going to tell you a product that you are familiar with. It's the same product that you tasted the night that we met. It's the red velvet whoopie pies, and it cost me $4.13 to make.
To make the whoopie pie. Okay. So it costs you $4 and something to make. How much are you selling it for?
$4. And I get 12 out of each batch.
Okay. But if it costs you $4 to make it, how can you sell it at $4?
Well, if the whole entire batch itself is $12, is 12 each out of each batch. So if I sell it for $4,
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. You are a smart businesswoman, and so it's $4 for the batch. And then, yes, got it. So you are doing really great on your markup. And that's important that we understand how to mark up prices, even with building a program, as I start to coach you and I start to show you the program that I'm going to take you through the process. It then helps you to even grow in a different way, because what happens a lot of times is people do not understand the value of the product that they are selling, but you clearly understand the value. Listen, this is Around the Table, and I am here every Friday night. Tonight, my guest is Kai of KCbakery, and she is new in business. She's been in business a little bit over a year, but she is a very smart young lady. She's doing extremely well. If you would go ahead and share out the broadcast, we are on YouTube. We're on Facebook, on my Facebook page, Alicia George, as well as we are on Boss Business Coaching page as well. If you'd like to drop a question for Kai in the comments, you could do that, and I will go ahead and pick it up and share it with her. We want to always give exposure to things that we find that are interesting, especially young people who are discovering who they are, what they want to do, and to encourage them to do it. So tonight we're encouraging Kai. Around the Table is a podcast and radio show where authors, coaches, speakers, women entrepreneurs, and small business owners are welcome. So if you want to come on the show, just go ahead and inbox me, Alicia George, on my page in Messenger, and I will speak to you and we'll get you on the show. Super excited. So listen, Kai, I asked you in the beginning, when did you first discover your love for baking? You started to tell me that it was with your mom, your grandmom, you've done it. When is the first time you baked something on your own without their help?
Um,
And what was it?
I'm trying to remember.
Stretch that
I think
mind.
the first time I made something on my own, it started simple, was cookies, chocolate chip cookies. And what I did is take like an original chocolate chip cookie batter and added white chocolate and cranberries. And that became
Oh,
a trend
I
for those
saw
that.
that on your that's one of the pictures you sent me, right?
Mhm.
That looked so delicious. So now that is one of your specialties.
Yes.
Do you have a name for it?
What, just simple white cranberry cookies.
Well, when you finish coaching with me, it'll have a name. It is so special. You have to give it a name. Like, listen, see my shirt? I'm a superb woman. This is a superb woman. When you give something an identity that people can go and it makes all the difference in the world. And so I'm just really, really, really excited about what it is you are doing. Now, let me ask you this. When I met you, you were a vendor at an event. How often do you go out and vend? Do you get to do it often?
Um, when I first my first vending was St. Thomas Food Fair of last year. That was the first time I ever went into vending. And then now that I'm more consistent and I'm more out there, I try to be as much places as I can. Right now, I just did the Taste of the Two Worlds, the Fashion Stargate, and more to come.
More to come. I know there's some, I just saw it. It's the agricultural fair that's going to be January 18th of 2025, where
Mhm.
everybody is going to be. Is that something that you're thinking about doing?
Yes.
Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. Listen, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions because I want to get into your mindset to think as an entrepreneur and why you're really in business. So now that we're getting ready to enter 2025, now that you've had a little bit of experience, you've had some experience with your business, you understand the pricing of your business. What is one of the goals that you're setting for yourself for 2025 for your business?
I want to be in stores.
We
That is
talked
the
about
goal.
that. Yes. What type of stores are you thinking of?
Restaurants, grocery stores, corner shops,
Yes.
convenience stores. I want to be
Yes.
in stores.
Yes. And that's it. When you embody growth, when you start to think, like, you dream big. When you don't have a vision and you're not dreaming, you're stuck and you stay in a place of stagnation. And
Mhm.
so if you start, at least you have a goal, you have a plan, you have an idea. We talked a little bit about that your business is not just a vending business. We talked about things that you can do in your business. Yes. And one of the things I always tell my clients is start small, grow big. Sometimes we try to do everything. But if we decide that this is what we want to do and how we're going to approach it, we can grow into that thing. As a vision coach, I see the end result and then I go back and I help you walk you through it. Listen, one more question I want to ask you while I take a sip of water. In all of this, we're in business to make money. So some of the steps is to be set up properly. We talked about getting you set up properly so that things are done decently and in order. One of the things is going to be to have a bank account and all of that stuff in your business name.
Yes.
So with that in mind, what type of, from January to December of 2025, what type of revenue do you think that you Do you think that you want to make on your business? Let's see this answer. What type
Oh,
of revenue? Because listen, and it could be any number that you think. Because I'm going to go to the part after. But what type of revenue would you like to see yourself bring in from your business?
for 2025, I would like to start off with at least get to 5,000 a month in
Okay,
revenue, and
okay.
then work my way up from there.
That is so good. When you don't have a goal, when you're not thinking numbers, when you're not thinking production and what you're going to do, and now we work backwards. What does it take to get you to make $5,000 a month? How many pieces of XYZ do you need to sell? How many stores do we need to have you in? And what do you sell to those stores to produce $5,000 a month? But what you need to think about is not only the revenue, but do you have everything in place when you go into those three stores that's going to be ordering from you weekly? Do you have the manpower to help you to produce what it is? You see, that's why I wanted you in the hot seat tonight on the show, because as I start to coach you, you're going to understand the things that you're going to need to do. You can say, yes, I want to make $5,000, but are you thinking about what is it that you have to do? How much of this you have to do? Do I have the people, the manpower to help me? When do I bake? Do see
Yeah.
you see the picture starting to unfold? So we can
Yeah.
that's the thing about when we go into business, that we have to have that foresight to be able to set goals, to be able to put revenue in place, and to know how you're really going to get to that revenue dollar that you are thinking that you want to make. We can't just say we're going to do things. We have to figure out how we're going to get it done. Listen, I am Vision Coach Alicia, and listen, what I do is I help you to overcome obstacles that will slow you down and stop you from dreaming big and getting what it is you need done, because I'm here to coach you through the process. And tonight I am coaching live on Around the Table. My guest and my client, Island Girl Kai of KC Bakery. And we are excited. When you have young entrepreneurs, it is your job to guide them. The word of God says that older women teach younger women. And it's not only in how to take care of their bodies or whatever, but it's also to coach them in those places that they may need guidance. And that's what I am doing for Kai tonight. I am helping her with the guidance that she needs. Listen, we're going to go ahead and do our book spotlight tonight. And guess whose book I'm doing tonight? I am doing my book tonight. My book is the spotlight book tonight, and it's Healing from Emotional Enemies. Listen, I want you to know that Healing from Emotional Enemies is a book that I wrote to help women in business as well as in their personal life to understand how to be healed totally, to move from the past and become present in their future, and help them to move. To be present where they are and help them move to their future. Healing from Emotional Enemies is a course. It's a 4-week 1 hour per week session that will change your life, that will help you to see those enemies of your emotions that have caused you to slow down, that have caused you to slow down in your business, that have caused you to hurt, that have caused you to be blinded. But what happens is, once your emotional enemies are under control, you can move forward in your business as well as your personal life. So listen, you can go to Boss Business Coaching and you may buy the book there. It's $15. Or if you decide that you would like to take the course, you could sign up for the course as well on bossbusinesscoaching.com. So let me help you to overcome those enemies of your emotions that have slowed you down, that have stopped you from moving forward, that has even stopped your business from moving forward, because there's so many times you take time out when you shouldn't. But if your emotions are healed, you are able to keep going. So once again, the spotlight book tonight is Healing from Emotional Enemies, and I am the author, Apostle Dr. Alicia George. And tonight I am working my own thing. I don't see my uh sneaker here, so I got to do everything myself. So just bear with me as I keep moving it along tonight. So I hope that you all are having a great Friday night. Thank you for coming in and sitting with me around the table with my guest Kai. Kai is a baker. Hold on for 1 second. Let me move one thing around, grab this one, and keep on flowing tonight in this vein. Come on. So, Kai, listen, let me ask you this question. I see you. I see you. I see you, mental coach Josephine Harris. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. Let us just jump over to the comments and see if anyone is asking anything. Barbara Donnerstog, is that someone you know? Because she says, I'm so proud of Kai. So she's probably
Hi,
someone
Sister
you know.
Mara.
Okay. Miss McFarlane, she said you are a lovely young lady. Thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight as we continue this conversation. So, Kai, what do you expect from these holidays? What do you expect your business to do around the holidays? What do you expect to bake? Whose hand do you expect to put it in? This is a big holiday. You got to be doing something. So I need you to figure out what your promotion is going to be, how you're going to reach these people, and set a financial goal that you want to make in December. And let's make that goal. So, what is it that you're thinking? What do you want to do?
For this holiday, Christmas, I want to do a like something where I could connect, not just give them stuff, but something for the kids. Where I want to do build a gingerbread house, something
Ooh,
the community can interact with.
uh-huh.
Um, I'm gonna do my natural pop up sales. I
Okay.
work with 81C. They are a great place to go and chill. They have a museum you can go and watch. Um, there is Miracle on Main Street that
Okay.
I will be in, and then Lightning of the Christmas Tree. I will also be there with a booth.
So you have a plan, and
Yes.
that's what's important. So now, I don't want you to only have a plan. I want you to execute a plan. I want you to write out all these places that you say you're going, put dates next to them, confirm how you're going to go, and then map out what you're going to take to each of these events. So now you're in your planning stage. December's right around the corner. So you got to get ready. You got to be on point, and you got to be ready to move. Last but not least, let's talk about presentation. I cannot remember what your table looked like except for what was on the table. So, what is your general setup for your table?
That is great that you popped that up. Right now, I have a stand for cupcakes. There will be pink plates with my desserts on it. I have plate risers, which will give it an effect. My
Yes.
banner has just arrived, so I will have a banner. My business cards just got printed, and I am finally bringing back my stickers to all of my products. So
To
you
your
pick one
products.
product, stay in contact.
That is awesome. So, you have thought this through. You are ready We're going to push. We're going to move. December is going to be a great month for you. God is guiding you. He's leading you. He's directing you. He's giving you the support that you need. Listen, if you are in the Virgin Islands, you can get these products directly from any of these events. If you are in one of the states, you can order from her. Just check her out on Instagram. Connect with her on Instagram, KCbakery 21 Instagram. Speak with her, communicate with her. She can ship it to you. She has the training. She went to the Culinary Institute of America. She learned. She's crafting her craft. She's building her business. So let's support our youth. She's only 22 years old. And can you imagine in the next 5 years what it's going to look like? Because I'm going to help her get to where it is that she's going as her vision coach. I believe that she's done so much on her own already. So it tells me that she's ready to go to the next step. Kai, thank you so much for being my guest tonight. Is there something that you want to say to the audience before we close out tonight?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the support. And I'll see you guys at the events.
As a matter of fact, I want you to tell them your phone number.
My phone number is 340-474-1399.
One more time.
340-474-1399.
You got it. Let's support our youth as they step out into this world as entrepreneurs. The first thing that she said, she became an entrepreneur because she wanted to be generational. She wanted to make sure that she did something for her generation. And I am so proud of you tonight, Kai. Thank you once again for coming. And her name is Kaija. I call her Kai, which is her twin brother's name, but her name is Kaija. And I want to salute your mom also, who I know is 100% behind you in this business. And listen, there are great things that are coming out of the Virgin Islands. I just saw our queen at the Miss Universe. I just saw a couple of guys go into the sports arena. So there are some youth that are doing things in the Virgin Islands that count. We are in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. And listen, I will see you on the other side of greatness. So until then, Kai.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night.